Morning. It's Sunday, August 9th, and today I want to talk about the harebrained scheme that Bernie Sanders and Ed Markey and Kirsten Gillibrand have come up with to tax billionaires because they have made a profit off the pandemic. That's what they think. Okay. So they would like to have people like Jeff Bezos and the Walton family and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg paying an exorbitant amount of taxes on the profits they made during this pandemic. Now, they're not making the profits by gouging people. They provide services that people need during the pandemic. Mark Zuckerberg's service is being able to communicate with somebody while you're trapped in a house. And he's not making money necessarily. His shares of stock are going up. People are putting money into the market. They're seeing that the effect of the pandemic is being handled by these companies, and therefore these companies are making a profit. And because they're making a profit, we have individuals in this country buying their shares. So there's a demand for the shares in the stock in these companies, and the price of the stock goes up. And then, of course, Bezos and Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, they benefit from that, yes. But they're not benefiting because they're not providing a service. And they're not engaging in any price gouging or any illegal activities like that. In fact, many of them have come up with services to counter the pandemic. They have created ways of getting your goods and everything that make it easier on you. They are not doing anything that I can see that is not in the best interests of the general public. So it's ridiculous. If they put this tax through, then they're going to hurt all the shareholders. Now, I have to admit that only about 25% of the people in this country really are in the market. So they're not hurting the whole general population. They're probably hurting a population in the upper middle class and in the wealthier classes, because those are the people that own the stock. But when you look at this situation, why should any company be penalized and their stockholders be penalized for something beyond their control? I didn't see these same people yelling and screaming when Wells Fargo illegally used customers' accounts by secretly opening them in an unauthorized fashion and then using those accounts to benefit Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo was fined $100 million. That's chump change. And they had to give $2.5 million to the people that they created these phony accounts for. $2.5 million is nothing. They did that for over 1 million customers. So that's $2.50 a customer they gave out. What kind of fine is that? And then the executives who were involved in this thing, several of them took golden parachutes and ran off into the sunlight. And now they're after the tech giants. And that's really what the thing boils down to. For whatever reason, the government has a hard-on for the tech giants. And probably because the tech giants have proved to be a little more innovative and a little bit smarter than the people who run the government. So if these people are so worried about the medical expenses that our citizens incur, why the hell don't they get together and pass a universal health care bill? Instead of coming up with this harebrained scheme about taxing businesses that are just doing their work and coming to the forefront when it's imperative that they exist and that people get their services. Why haven't this group of people been fighting for the stimulus package instead of wasting their time writing this bill? The stimulus package is hung up now, and we're sitting at the mercy of Donald Trump and his executive orders. So does that make any sense to you? Doesn't make any sense to me. They should be concentrating on getting a stimulus package through. They're in the Senate, so they're not doing their job. And they're worrying about people who are doing their job and making a profit because they're doing their job. And I'm against that. I am in favor of the fact that our tax code needs to be corrected because businesses have too many damn exemptions that permit them not to pay taxes. The tax cut that all these people got through Congress and the Senate was a sham because it cut the taxes, but it didn't reduce any of the exemptions. So you cut the tax rate down. The companies are making more money because of that, and the exemptions remain the same. We have exemptions on the book for 100 years. The same exemption. Don't you think times have changed and some of those exemptions should disappear? Well, that's what I think. I think they should disappear by now. And I think this government that's worried about the people who are making money should figure out how to take that money and distribute it across the 50 million people that are at the poverty level. And I'm not talking about welfare. Figure out how to use that money to build the infrastructure in this country and to put more people to work instead of trying to take money away from people who haven't done a goddamn thing wrong. So the bottom line is I'm against this harebrained scheme. I think these three people should know better. If they want to help the citizens of this country, really help the citizens of this country, they should figure out a way to reduce the cost of medicine. They should get after the drug companies and all the insurance companies that are making a fortune on health care. How about that? Instead of the harebrained scheme about taking money away from billionaires. Take some money away from the drug companies. Figure out why Medicare can't negotiate the cost of drugs. How about that? And I'll leave you with that thought. See you in the morning.